Tonight, Donald Trump back in Florida among his supporters. This after he spent most of the day in his hometown of New York City, getting arrested and then getting arraigned at a courthouse in Lower Manhattan. And what a day it was.
Donald Trump, the first current or former president ever to be charged with a crime.
And not just one crime, 34 felonies revealed today in court for allegedly falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments. Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan with a close look at that case.
Outside the courthouse, a bit of a circus, even though the crowds were much smaller than expected. Sonia Rincon with details on who did and who didn't show up.
But first tonight, back at Mar-a-Lago, the former president claiming he never committed a crime and attacking those who charged him, even though the judge told him to cool it. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger is covering that story. He's live outside Trump Tower, where today's events all began. Josh?
Well, Bill, at the arraignment today, prosecutors spent a considerable amount of time talking about death threats District Attorney Alvin Bragg has been gotten. They say started after Trump denigrated him on social media. And so the judge asked the former president to tone things down. But hours later, he did exactly the opposite. Donald Trump had some friends waiting for him when he arrived back in Florida tonight. And before an adoring crowd at his opulent, gold-trimmed Mar-a-Lago safe space, he listed a litany of gripes and projected defiance in the face of a 34-count indictment.
The local failed district attorney charging a former president of the United States for the first time in history on a basis that every single pundit and legal analyst said there is no case.
Just hours earlier, Trump radiated anger as he maneuvered through the dingy halls of 100 Center Street, where two court officers behind him, he was treated like a common criminal, flanked by his lawyers with not a family member in sight. ABC's Jonathan Karl has been covering Trump for decades.
As he walked in, Trump looked as profoundly unhappy as I have ever seen him, a deep scowl on his face.
He had threatened death and destruction on New York if this day were to come, and when it did, there was no such drama.
How did you plead, President Trump?
Just a diminished and seemingly humbled criminal defendant who couldn't get out of town fast enough. Released on his own recognizance, Trump climbed the stairs of his private 757 and headed for more friendly climbs. But the Manhattan indictment isn't the only case pending against him. He's facing election interference charges in Georgia and a federal special counsel. A former president, a current candidate for president.
The criminal is the district attorney because he illegally leaked massive amounts of grand jury information.
And to hear him tell it, the victim of a massive conspiracy to take him down.
I have a Trump-hating judge with a Trump-hating wife and family, and Alvin Bragg's wife confirmed a report that claimed her husband has Trump nailed.
It's unclear if the judge in this case will in some way try to sanction Trump for his escalating rhetoric, not just against Bragg, but also against the judge himself and his wife and daughter. One thing that is clear is that this is not just a former president, it's a current candidate for a president whose campaign has already used the indictment to raise more than $7 million. $7 million and counting.